Huh? That's crazy. You make me a already.
All right, everybody, here we go. Good afternoon once again, WSN Radio. We have celebrities on the line right now because I call them celebrities because they are. Whether they believe it or not, they're a celebrity in my eyes. I've been knowing this one lady right there, Natalie, for a little bit. And of course, I can't forget the vet. I had the honor of meeting the vet and taking a picture in front of the red door. If y'all don't know what the red door is, go visit the vet. You'll find out what the red door is. So it's an honor to have everybody on board today. And we're going to be talking about the natural hair. It's the second annual one. And the first one, it was good. I was there at the first one. It hit it off real good. Because I remember I went up to one of the ladies that's braiding hair and I said, "Can you do something with this?" She just looked at me and said, "Well, we got this special glue to put on. We could put it around. And once we do that, we could put dreads in your hair. And y'all could do all that." But I forgot
Yep.
to ask her. I forgot to ask this most important question: how long does it last? I don't want to go to sleep and all my hair is laying on the pillow. But it was an honor to be at the first one, and it went real good. And the main lady's not here yet. I mean, the vet's here, but her second-hand person, Wesley, she kept everybody on their toes. She made sure everything was going. So I am glad she went with the second annual one that's going on. So the vet, break everything down to us, and tell us how this is going to
But
be this year.
what's really and truly going on is that we are celebrating our freedom, braiders and lock technician, natural hair artists, celebrating our freedom from cosmetology. It took 25 years for American, how shall we say, Nelly Caucasian society to realize that we're just different. Our hair is different. You can't have us to do what you do. Even the meds that we use from our bodies, we just have to use different stuff. We're just different. So this gives the natural woman to come out and be her naturally beautiful self. It's friendly, family oriented. They got all the new safety features at the playgrounds. Bring your kids, let them wear out. We have Mac and everything going to be provide food and drink. So if you don't want to bring your picnic lunch, there'll be something out there to eat and drink on. So it's just time for us to celebrate us, celebrate our difference, celebrate our nappy hair, celebrate our 5 different skin tones. Just celebrate us.
Because I remember last year when you did it, the Crown Act was just taking effect. It
Yes.
went into effect then, and that was great because um, I was telling some people about Crown Act, and they said they did y'all like that. I said, look here, these little black girls and black women couldn't go to work and to school because of their hair. And the problem about that, they did not understand our culture. Our hair is not straight like y'all's. We are unique. And it's a crying shame we had to get a law passed saying they can't discriminate against us with that. And the vet, I really do applaud you for bringing that out and making it possible.
I was born in 1963. That's the year when black folks got sick and tired. Okay. So I grew up in LA. I grew up around afros, leather jackets. I grew up where the police pulled you over. Everybody came outside. It wasn't no cell phone, but everybody came outside to make sure that you didn't get beat up by the police. I grew up where the black community depended on each other. We had our own locksmith. We had our own we had our own tea. We had our own restaurant. We had our own stores. We had our own. Somewhere down the line, when Tylenol kicked in, it kicked in, and I don't know. We just kind of lost it. We kind of lost it in the time living in now. We need to start depending on each other more. One of the main reasons I am doing natural hair in the park is to get people to understand that you are different and you are beautiful, no matter what color you or what texture. And also, for the San Antonio African American community is to let us know that we exist. We have so many excellent organizations down here. We got an organization where people don't do nothing but fly those little miniature planes. We got another organization where people don't do nothing but pay big wigs. We got another organization where people don't do nothing but line dancing. But then we sit here saying there's nothing to do in San Antonio. It's not true. It's not true. So if you have a club or an organization, if you're not selling anything, come out and introduce yourselves to us. Come out. If you're a seamstress, you got grandma protein down pack, come out and let us know you exist. As long as you're not selling, come out.
Yes, that right
for
there.
free. For free.
That key word, free.
Yes, for free. And I'm so happy that I'm getting other seriously entrepreneurs who understand our mission that's coming out. We have Mac and everything. We have A3 photo guy. I see, babe. And then we also have Miss Natalie. I could never pronounce Natalie's business correctly, so she can pronounce it for you. But the girl do some bad stuff. Come by her booth. She does some stuff.
Okay, since you brought up Natalie, let's switch gears over to Natalie. Good
Hey,
afternoon,
Ron.
Natalie.
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great. So what is this name she can't pronounce?
We just have to slow down sometimes.
Yeah.
But the name of the business is Adinkra Creations.
Oh.
It's Adinkra. So that's all it is. So, sometimes we get a little ahead of ourselves and we want to go fast, but that's all it is. So,
Your friend
yeah.
over here.
Yeah, but I've been doing Adinkra Creations has been in business for probably almost 20 years.
Wow.
And the thing about it is that we do custom and handcrafted gifts, wine bags, greeting cards, journals, tote bags, jackets. And when I say, they look like us. They're curvy. They different skin tones. The hair is out, the hair is down, the hair is locked, the hair is straight. I do those things because it celebrates, as the vet is in what she's doing, like it celebrates us for all of who we are, right? Like, this is natural hair in the park, but if your hair ain't natural, you can still come out. Ain't nobody saying you can't be there. It's just a celebration of what we were born with. You wasn't born with a relaxer. You wasn't born with a weave, so, but you might have one now, but that means that you can come out. So I'm just excited to be able to be there, to have products that reflect who we are, reflect our culture. So I'm excited about it. I enjoyed it last year. I was there. We had a good time. Ron, you threw down the music.
Oh.
We jammed.
Yeah. And one thing that I love about you, Ron, is that the music wasn't too loud, so people were still able to have conversations among themselves without the music being so loud. And you can't hear. Because some gatherings and festivals, the music is so loud, you gotta yell like you're in a club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it's for. Now, I'm going towards the tasteful part of this conversation. I'm going to the Mac. It was at A&J's Mac. That's what I'm going for, because it's nothing no better than having some good old macaroni and cheese. See, I'm thinking about Thanksgiving now. I'm ahead of myself. I'm waiting for that to come around with some greens and cornbread dress and all that good stuff. So what will y'all be bringing out to the park this September 6th? What menu do you have coming out?
Well, I have fish, chicken, pork chops, macaroni, cabbage. I do it all.
Ooh.
And then also, of course, the bowls. I have the mac bowls. I call one ghetto fay, and that's like a creamy sauce with shrimp and crawfish in it. And then you have your pulled pork bowl, and then a steak bowl.
See, if you ever need a taste tester, just call me.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
I'm more than willing. See, you got me. See, I'm a catfish connoisseur. It's nothing no better. I went over to somebody's place one time. We're doing fried catfish. I looked at it and said, "What is this, catfish? What is it? Beer batter?" I said, I said, "No, give me cornbread. I mean, give me not corn. Give me that cornmeal on there and season like that." Nah. So I ate it being polite, but back in my mind I said, they lost their doggone mind. But how long have you been in business?
I've been in business since January of this year. So
Ooh.
right about 8 months.
So you a newbie.
I am.
Oh. Tell me the reaction of some people when they first taste your food.
It shocks me sometimes. Sometimes I get them like, "Hey, can I slap you?" I'm like, "Please don't slap me. don't slap me, please."
You
I
tell
can't
them,
cook
I'm
it
not
to
your
you.
mama. You can't slap me.
Right.
Oh wow!
But
I, I
the
I'm looking
reaction sometimes shocks me.
I'm looking forward to coming out there tasting that food because once I get the music going, but the only problem is it's not a problem. I told the vet she wasn't going anywhere far, and she assured me that she'd be sitting next to me. So if y'all hear some crazy music playing, that's the vet playing it.
You know, but I have to be responsible for everything all the time.
Yes,
All the time.
all the time.
But just let me say this. I saw Mac and everything on Facebook with one of their customers was sitting there eating this fast food. I can't remember what it is, but I watched that little clip over and over and over again. Like, taste that. And I don't know if you guys remember. I was like, hey, in 6 months I'm doing this event. Will you guys come?
I
Oh,
do. I do.
wow. And
Things
then
in the horizons.
People
and
like
then
to say something like that because my whole goal, like I said, is to introduce people and what they love doing.
yes,
You have a passion for something that you love doing it. That's your art. That's who you are, chef. That's who you are.
Yes,
So
yes,
ma'am.
that word, chef.
yep.
That's who you are. That's what you do.
Now
Yes, ma'am.
That.
I'm gonna mess with Alex right now. I'm gonna mess with him because he's on like I know he's on the journey right now because I do photography myself part time, and one thing I found out of photography, it's a very expensive hobby. I found that out
Yes.
and I said, wow, like it's not the camera, it's the lenses. But
Yeah.
anyway, so you're gonna be out there getting the moment and the
Yeah.
history and all that. And people got to remember a picture is worth 1,000 words, but also it depends on what you capture to get those 1,000 words. And photography, when you're a photographer, you see things different than what everybody else see. They see this over here, but you see something more different than that. So you're gonna be out there this year taking pictures, and I have a whole bunch of water for you, just in case you need some water. You're gonna be out there taking pictures and all that stuff. So you're gonna capture the moment out there. So what do you look at in the lens? What are you looking for?
Well, see, my niche of photography is a little different. I do the photo booth route, and one of my premier booth is what we call a roaming booth. And basically, you've been to a party, they have the booth set up in the corner. You come up, you press the button, it takes your picture. We put a personal spin on it. I actually have a booth operator who have way better eyes than I do, and they basically carry that booth around, taking pictures on the spot. It's branded for whatever the event is. And what I love about it is when me and my wife first got married, we never got our wedding pictures. The gentleman that took them just kind of disappeared.
Mm.
The cool thing about the photo booth industry is you literally get it before you leave. So there's no, oh, hey, I gotta edit, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. It's literally we put your phone number in, you scan the QR code, and you have the image on your phone. And if you don't like it, guess what? We'll do it again. There's not a one-shot shop. I've had one customer where she literally tied up my booth operator for like 5 shots because she wanted one with her and her son, her and her husband, the whole entire family, and we're more than happy to do it. And I feel you on the equipment because nothing is cheap in America anymore.
Especially new technology that you're doing. I was introduced that to the HBCU. They had a formal function going on, and so the lady
Yes.
said, "You want me to take a picture?" I said, "Sure, of course." So she took the picture and everything, and she said, by the way, scan this right here. I said, for what? She said, you going to get the pictures. And I did all that. Within 30 seconds, I had the picture. So technology has really changed from going out. Remember going out to the nightclub, somebody with a Polaroid running around there? I take your picture for $5. and the Polaroid was hit and miss. It wasn't exactly accurate all the time. With this new technology coming out, it's amazing the things that you could do with it.
Right. And what I like about it is everything is going to end up on the web. It's going to be posted on Facebook. It's going to be posted on Instagram. It's going to end up somewhere. And this is ready. You don't have to edit it. You can't edit it. Literally, you can take our image, drop some nice music to it, and it's ready to go.
Is it just pictures or do you do videos?
With this particular booth, I got it set for 8-second videos because throughout my trial and error, 10 was just way too long. People run out of things to say in about 10 seconds. But we can take up to 30-second videos, but I got it trimmed down to 8. And same thing with the video. We have any branding or any borders or any overlays on it, you're basically within that border doing what you do. I mean, I've seen them line dance. I've captured pretty much everything you can think of within that 8 seconds. One of my favorite videos, we were contracted to do a wedding, and you can tell the bride and groom were like oil and water. She was flamboyant. She loved to sing. He loved to dance. She loved to dance. He was straight up and down, couldn't dance, Star Wars geek. And I got an 8-second video of them on the dance floor, her singing to him and him trying to have his best time. But you can tell he didn't know how to dance. He was stiff as a board, and it just captured that moment perfectly.
Wow. I'm looking at that. Okay, now getting back to the park. What I liked about it last year, it was a huge networking event because I met vendors out there that I didn't even know they even exist. And that's the unique thing about this going on because you see people out there you haven't seen before. And when you do all that, I came away with everybody's card and I called every last one of them to be on my show. And out of all of them, only 3 got on my show, which I was kind of sort of disappointed because I want everybody to see what they were doing. You know, this is your business, what you're doing, because networking is the key for getting out there. Even though they coming out there for hair and all that stuff and everything, but you got to see the vendors that the vet brings in. And I think last year, were they still trying to book something last year before you got started, the vet?
I'm sorry, I did what now?
Wasn't it last year vendors were still calling you to the last minute?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got kind of frustrated with it, but you know what? I learned that's what San Antonio do. That's what we do. Any other city would buy a concert ticket out almost 2 months in advance. San Antonio wait till 24 hours before the show, and then they run out and get their tickets.
Or
that's why people say, oh, well, then you need to put your signs out. Oh, well, you need to do it in July. For what? My event is the first Saturday in September. I'm putting it out August 21st because that's what we do. We wait for the last minute. What's going on this weekend? Okay, let me stop by here.
Yeah.
Only serious people who really and truly want to be involved with whatever event, they're the one that take prep. Everybody else wake up and say what's going on.
Yeah.
On that day. So I don't take it personal no more. I don't take it no more.
You got a point right there. You got a point right there not taking it personal because I run across that. You know, the sad thing with me that somebody would get a hold of me on a Wednesday and want me to advertise their commercial for. I said, so when is it going to be? Friday? And I look at them, I say, no, I can't do that. Why? I can't take money away from you like that for 2 days. You know, what I find out that is so mind-boggling, people know about their event they're doing 3 months in advance, but they put the advertising part on it last, when that should be the first thing. But they put it on last, and then they want to know why nobody showed up.
Yeah, it's like that. But the craziest thing that I'm experiencing this year is that I invite all the braiders, all the lock technicians to come out and braid in the park. And the response that I'm getting for other sisters in other lands is just off the chain. And I'm telling them, start your own. Start one in the area that you're in. Have a meetup and everybody get together and fellowship and learn who is and what we all are doing. You don't have to come to San Antonio. Do yours. So I getting people calling me basically all over the United States. And sisters in Atlanta said, what you guys waiting for? Y'all should have been had something going on by now. I know New York got it going on.
Yeah.
You know, do it. Just call them out. Call them out. And don't worry about who's going to come. My main thing in my life, you all, I'm at the age where I'm just trying to fulfill my purpose while I'm in this human body. And this is what I believe true in my heart. This is what God is telling me to do. And this is why I'm doing it.
You know, if you go to any urban city in the United States and go on the east side of town, that's the majority where the blacks stay at, you can walk the streets right there and see people sitting on the stoop braiding people's hair. It's all over the place. I see it everywhere I go. And snatch them. Tell them to come on down there. You know, because like the vet said, they're braiding hair for nothing. And that's a talent. That's an art. I'm going to say it's an art because everybody can't do it.
Everybody cannot do it. And my main goal is trying to catch these young women and men who can be making the same amount of money as a principal, the same amount of money as a doctor or a lawyer. What a gift that they don't realize they have. So I'm just trying to wake them up and say, hey, if this is what you think about doing all the time, if this is what you want to do, this is how you do it. But not only that, once you start making your money, you need to set it here, here, and here, and here.
Right.
I had some braiders that's getting ready to approach their 40s. I'm like, sister, do you have a life insurance policy? Do you have a backup when you get 90 years old? We got to have an entrepreneur attitude when we working for ourselves. We got to pay our taxes just so we can live, to prove that we make money to live in a decent neighborhood. So this is what I'm yelling to the braiders. I'm not yelling, hey, come on, let me show you this technique. You're going to blow. I'm not yelling that. I'm yelling, go into the industry as a professional.
Yeah.
Work as a professional and retire, live your life as a professional.
So let's get to the point about business wise. A lot of people think if they go down to the courthouse and they get a DBA, they think that's a business. And it's not. It is not. That's just enough for you to get a bank account and stuff. That's about it. You have to register with the state that you in. You got to get an EIN number. You got to go through all that to become legit business. And you brought up taxes. There have been so many blacks that opened up a business, did not pay their taxes, and the state come and close them down. They don't understand.
I don't understand why. Well, not only that, your car break down, and you got $10,000 in cash, but you don't have no way to prove how you made that $10,000. So you're not going to upgrade to the best of the car, although you could afford it, because you don't have no proof of how much you make.
Yes.
Being an entrepreneur is a lifestyle. You got to live by faith. Lord knows, in the past 90 days, you all, I probably made less than $400 in the past 90 days. If I don't braid a lock, I don't eat, but I set myself up where I can make it through.
Yeah.
And right now it's hell in my mind because I don't have no money coming in and I see it out going out, but I know to have faith and that it always works itself out. So you can't be an entrepreneur and go through some hard times and thinking, okay, I quit, that's it. Yeah. You can't be an entrepreneur and says, okay, well, I'm going to go to school and take some nursing classes. What are you doing? Concentrate on your plan A and don't have a plan B. Stick with plan A and it will be successful.
Yeah. See, well, we got to let everybody know being an entrepreneur. I always call it feast or famine. Because when it's feasting, that's when you need to start putting that money up, because the famine is not too far behind. And growing up, I was always taught to put 15% of what I make to the side for taxes. And nowadays, people want to get into business. There's nobody out there teaching them what they need to do. They see, for instance, I'm gonna mess with photography. They see this guy everywhere. Man, he's making all this buku money, but you don't know. You don't know what it took for him to even make a penny. You don't have a clue of what it took behind the scenes. Boy, don't get me to preaching. But if people get out, if the people sit out there and see what went on behind the scenes, you may think twice about going to business on your own, because all they see is that facade. But they don't see what it took to get there.
And Ron, the other thing is that you got to be willing to fail sometimes, right? Like I'm in this product, I got these products here, and there's products where I've tried them and I'm like, okay, nobody wants that. That's going to be on clearance. And then you got to do something else, right? So you got to be flexible enough, I think, my opinion. If you're going to be in business, you got to be flexible enough to know when you need to shift. And some people can stay that straight line, but if it's not working, it's not working, and you need to shift. It's not necessarily plan B, it's plan C, but it is, what do you do? How do you adjust? You make your plan, you do it. Is it doing right? If it ain't, adjust. And so, and I mean, most people, if you look at them, who we call, and so many of us are solopreneurs, so many of us own our own jobs, but also so many of us who are still around. I said, like, for 20 years I've been doing this. I've had failures and I've had successes. And that's part of it. That comes along with it. But that's like, if you go, anyway, I'll be preaching. I'm preaching to people who own their own businesses. So let me just stop. But it's key what Devette is saying. Like, historically, historically, we've always had a lot of beauty shops in Black neighborhoods, right? Which tells you that there is money in hair, because we got to get our hair done, right? You got to find somebody. And so that's a very lucrative business to be in, and to do it well. Because if somebody messed your hair up, you're not going back. So you got to learn the proper tools, the proper techniques, and you got to build your clientele. You got to be right by people,
Yeah, so true.
Let me jump in real quick on the business tip. I know for me personally, I had to invent the wheel. There was nobody to say, hey, do this, hey, do that. Now, granted, later, I started off, long story short, I fixed medical equipment for the family. The photography and the photo booth is my retirement plan. So instead of waiting till I retire, I started it now. But I had to invent the wheel. I had to figure out the LLC, the EIN. A lot of people in this industry don't have insurance on themselves or their equipment. I had to figure that out. And now when other people come to me, they're like, hey man, how did you do this? I was like, look, you need to do X, Y, Z. And they're like, why are you giving this to me for free when somebody else is saying figure it out? Because in every industry that I've seen, there's more than enough profit to go around. There's no reason trying to step on somebody's neck so I can make an extra dollar. If I do my job right, case in point, one of my people that I help get started, if I can't handle it and my schedule's full, I send it to her. So she gets business, and she does the same thing to me. And I hate to say it like this, we as a people need to get out of that mindset that I need to hoard and keep everything with me.
Right.
Man, if you see your brother or your sister struggling and you have some advice or some experience that will help them through that so they don't have to struggle, just because you did it doesn't mean you have to make them do it. Man, give them that knowledge so we can keep growing as a community.
Yeah.
And you will have a small percentage that will actually listen, that is serious about it.
Yeah.
And will take heed to what you're saying. Don't come to me for the 15th time asking me the same thing. If I told you A, B, and C, and you coming back to me and you halfway got A done, and then you want to discuss it, after the third time, I'm not listening to you. For those who are really and truly show me that they're trying, I would give them my 100%, because I was that teenager who didn't like school, wasn't a bad kid, you know what I mean? Because my mind was on creating cornrow hairstyles going through my head. I didn't care about what happened to whoever, when I was in high school. I would sit there and look at the chalkboard, do just enough of work so the teacher wouldn't get on my nerves and wouldn't tell my mama. And I just didn't fit in. And I know there's so many young people who just don't fit in, and they get caught up in this world welfare system or depending on other people, when I can say, baby, let me show you something. You're an artist. You're an artist. And also to separate us from women who just know how to do hair.
Yeah.
There's a difference between a Black woman that know how to braid and a braider. That's why, guys, when I'm on Facebook, I don't even comment on nobody's posts. I don't like braiding. It takes too long. You're not a braider. Because braider don't feel like it's taking too long because it's feel good at what we do.
Yes.
If you're sitting there stirring up your mac and cheese and you know what you're doing, it's going to feel good. But if I go in there to try to make something, I got to pay attention to how much milk and cheese to put in.
Speak about that.
The card, that's not what I do. So
Yeah.
it's going to work in my mind. Damn sure can't do what you're doing, Mr. DJ.
That's my girl. That's my girl, the vet. I'm gonna bring it back to Mac and everything. We was talking about business, and you said you just started in January. What was some of the hurdles you went through to get this going, and how did you come that you want to start your own business?
Hurdles is myself, because I was scared, to be honest. I was scared. I was like, everybody's making food. Mine might taste nasty to somebody, but then my help right here, he was like, "Babe, you can do this. Like, I know you can." Every time you go somewhere, somebody is telling you that your food tastes really good. So I was like, okay, let me try it. So I got the opportunity in January to cook at a hair show, and I sold out. So when I did that, I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. But you got to get over yourself and what you think in your mind, because sometimes self is what holds you back.
Yeah, it sounds like you sound like everybody else. When they start a business, their biggest hurdle is their self, because they always criticize themselves more than anybody else is. Did I do this right? Should I start it over? Is this and that? And you find out that you're running around in circles. When I learned a long time ago, if it's right, leave it alone. Because I was the same way. I would tweak things up that didn't need to be tweaked up, but in my mind, it's not right. It's not right, you know. And I did that, and it took me a while to figure out. Don't do that anymore, Ron. Just go with it. And so, yeah, and that's what I've been doing. I just go with it now. Okay, like Natalie said, something's not gonna act right. Something's gonna fail, but that's experience you're gaining. When you do that,
Right.
every time you fail in something, you're not really failing at all. You just turn around and say, okay, that didn't work. I won't do that again. And you sit back and just experience when you come along that. Because if you see yourself doing something, all of a sudden something getting you mad, hey man, I tried it a year ago, it didn't work. What am I doing it again for? You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to do that. As they call it, they call it life lessons.
Right.
And Ron,
Everything comes with pros and cons.
Yeah.
Ron, also, Mac and Everything is featured over at an event center. What is the name of the event center you guys was telling me about?
It's a Kitty Hawk event center, but it's for triple double.
Yes.
Yes, Miss Yolanda and Mike and Ebony. We're over there on Thursdays and Saturdays.
Oh wow. So
That's
me jump
today.
in
Wait,
real quick,
wait. I'm over by Kitty Hawk. You say on Thursdays and Saturdays?
Yeah, we'll
Yes,
be
ma'am.
there today.
All right, so I need to find
right
y'all.
now.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm over by Kitty Hawk too. I said, what time?
I'll be there at 7. I set up at 7.
Ooh, because I was going to ask
Man,
where
this is
can I
coming
find
full
you
circle.
at? What's that?
Yes.
You over
They
there
have
by
a
us
lot
too?
of things going on over there.
Man.
So what time do you guys get started over there?
I set up at 7. I think everybody comes in around 7, 8 o'clock. They do have line dancing. So line dancing is from 6:30 to 8:30. And when those ladies come out, they're hungry. And so I sell out most of the time when they come out.
I'm gonna get there before they get out.
Yeah, that's the best bet.
This is running full circle. My wife is a teacher at Kitty Hawk, and I've had holiday parties at Triple Double. When they first opened up, around the time they first opened up, me and the photo booth operators, we had our Christmas party out there and we hung out with them. But one thing on the business note, I wanted to say this about not tweaking stuff. I had to learn not to gauge what I want. I had to learn to gauge what my customer wants. If my customer's like, hey man, that overlay was horrible. Okay, note to self, don't do that one no more. But once I got out of that space where everything had to be perfect and I started reading the customer and not myself, that's when my trajectory changed.
That is so true. It's the same thing with DJing. We have to learn how to read the crowd in order of music to play. We don't know if it's going to be a fast crowd, a slow crowd. You got to learn how to read it. And you're right about that. You got to listen to your customers because they tell you.
Yeah, your customer will tell you every time.
Now, on the Mac and everything, I think their customer taste buds tell you, don't they?
They do.
and we talked about this for years. I've been trying to get her to do it. And we finally just went for it. And it spread it quickly, quicker than we expected to go. So, like now we're over at Triple Double. And our customers, they let us know off the top. And I've always asked, you see a couple of their reactions on our page because I record a lot of the customers when they go to giving us our compliments, even if anything is wrong with it also. But so far we've been doing amazingly great, so we're going to keep pushing with it.
You know, what I want from everybody here, I got the vet's information. I want to get everybody information so I could talk about you on my radio show and have you on the show one day so we get the word out about what everybody do, because I didn't know my man right here, Alex, did what he did. And there's a need for that. You got Natalie up there, been in business forever. And I've been knowing Natalie for a little bit. I didn't know she did all this. You know? And now I know. So, and I got to ask one thing. Brother, don't get me mad over there. What you got on a Laker hat for? Did you hear me? Yeah, I said, yeah, I'm messing with your man right there. What you got on a Laker hat for?
Oh, look, it just matched the A's and J's merch. I'm definitely not a Lakers fan. I'm a Miami Heat fan. We're from Florida, so
okay.
I'm definitely
then you giving homage to the Lakers. You need to get your Heat hat on.
And you know, she chose these colors, so you know I have to match it all the way up.
Okay.
You know?
I like that. You segue to the lady next. It's her fault.
Right. Blame it on me, right?
All right.
Yes, sir.
Before I get to the vet over there for last words, I'm going to get each one of y'all to give last words, how to get a hold of you and all that good stuff.
All right, I'll go first.
Okay.
Like I said, Alex A3 Rentals, my socials, Instagram, Facebook, A3 Rentals. Basically, the simplest way I can explain what we do, we are a premier photo booth company at affordable prices. I don't have to price through the roof. I just got to give service through the roof. And 2 side notes, can I place my order now for that catfish for Saturday?
And I'll have some tonight as well. I got fish, I have chicken, and I have pork chops today, cabbage and macaroni.
Ooh, I might have wifey pick me up.
The pork chops are grilled today.
Okay. And last but not least, brother, I feel your pain. I let my wife pick my colors, and you see what I'm in.
Yes, sir.
All right. Miss Natalie?
All right. So let's see. I know y'all have a problem with my name, but I'm going to spell it out. It's Adinkra, Adinkra Creations. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, and it's a website. All of that's Adinkra Creations. You should be able to find me. My colors are black and white. So see, I went simple. I chose my favorite colors for my stuff. So, you know, I did black and white, but that's where you will find me. I'm about town. So website ordering, call me up. I do custom work. That's the best way to reach me. I will see you at Natural Hair in the Park. That's where
Okay.
I will be next.
All right. Mac and everything. What's the word?
All right. Well, we got our Facebook, Instagram, which is A's and J's, Mac and everything. You can hit us up on Facebook or Instagram. And then we're always at Triple Double or the Kitty Hawk Event Center Thursdays and Saturdays. We also do catering as well.
Okay. And the final word will come from the vet.
Yeah, I'm so excited right now that you all are coming aboard with me to help me out with this. Y'all know y'all can just reach me at the vets. You can go on Facebook, you can go on the internet, DAVETTE, and my behind will pop up all over the place. Our organization is number 1, SAHS. Did I say that right, Natalie? Yeah, Natural Hair Society, SAHS, number 1, SAH.
SANHH.
Thank
One. SANHS.
I told you, since she's working with me, she know my brain is all fogged up, but that's my girl. And yeah, Natural Hair in the Park is about inviting the braiders and lock technicians and the natural women to come out and just be naturally beautiful, bring the babies out, let's tire those little jokers out. So they can
Yes.
get arrested for school on Monday. And just basically networking. So we know who's doing what in the city. Because like I said, this city for us have so much to offer. And we just don't know. We just don't know. I want for African Americans to be able to say it's too much for us to do in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
That there's nothing for us to do in San Antonio. We are here. And I'm looking forward to getting some good food on Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'll be the first in line.
Ron, I want to say this too. Like, this is a good venue to come to if you are thinking of going natural with your hair. Because not only will you meet plenty of people who have gone through the journey, because some folks don't know what to expect. And so it's a good place to find out what to expect. And it's a good place to find out someone who is willing to go with you on your natural hair journey. So it don't have to be locks, it don't have to be braids, but there's people who can tell you what to expect and who are willing to do that. So, it's like I said earlier, I think it's for everybody to come out, but it's about, as Devette says, celebrating our beauty.
Also, for the little brown and girls who go to school with others, we have to let our babies know, don't let them make fun of you because you're different. You're just different. You're still beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You're just different. You don't look like Jennifer and Maria. You don't look like them. You look like you. So if I can touch as many little hearts and get into their minds, so by the time they get in high school and college, they can just go through. Feel free to say mine in a very respectful way. Don't make fun of me because I'm different.
And on a side note from that, they want to make fun of us because we're different, but then they want to be like us.
I was just about to say that.
They want to be like us.
Other countries, it's like walking around Crenshaw. It's like, what the hey?
And this is the part I don't like. They want to reach up to a black woman and want to touch her hair.
Yes.
Ooh, I watched
They don't know.
something was on there. This white guy went and touched this black lady's head. He's still trying to wake up. See, we are unique. And nobody ever take the time out to understand our culture. But they make sure we understand theirs.
Mm-hmm.
So when we start talking about our culture, all of a sudden they get quiet and walk away, don't want to talk about it. No, bring your butt back over. Let me sit there and educate you about our culture. We're unique.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, American Caucasian white people don't have a culture.
That part.
The white people, they take from African Americans, they take from the Latinos, they take from the Asians. They don't have their own culture. And everything they use, I know I used to say macaroni and cheese used to be the dinner for white people and a side for us. it was still created by an African American man. So go figure.
We could go on with that subject right there. Could go on for a while, but we're gonna cut it right here. So, but once again, I appreciate everybody taking the time out, and thank you for coming back at 3 o'clock. I really do appreciate y'all doing that. It means so much to me, and to get this word out to everybody, that's the most important thing. To make sure this word is getting out.
Yeah.
So,
Breeders, technicians come out breeding the park. I went out there today. It's so beautiful. We have you know what, guys? I don't mind paying my property taxes because I can see where my money's going. It's one thing you paying $2,000 a year. You don't know where the money's going. I can see it in the parks. I can see it in the highway. So I feel very proud of what they're doing for us.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
On that note, y'all take care, and we'll talk to everybody later. Okay.
All right, man. You have a good one.
All right, you too.
Give me a call.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Recording stopped.
All right, everybody. You've seen who was there, and boy, it was good today. It was good. I love this show today. For those of you listening on our Facebook page, and also on our YouTube, and let's not forget Twitch. We appreciate everybody coming on. This is DJ Ron G on WSAN Radio. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for Funked Up Friday. Until then, peace and chicken grease.